News coming out today. We got the Lunar Festival going live, and is there actually hype? Lebut, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome to our Scourge. Is there actually hype around midnight? There's always the doubters, the haters saying, I don't feel the hype right now, Sam. I don't know if this game's actually coming back or not. I'm going to break down the numbers for you to show you exactly why there is, in fact, hype around midnight. But before we do, let's jump into some general news here. Blizzard yesterday released the new and reimagined Zones Midnight feature. It's a nice little video going through the no zones that will be coming out in midnight. They claim it's a spoiler-free video. I watched it yesterday. Some really nice, storytelling going on in this video about the new zones, what we're going to be doing there, some of the exciting stuff coming, and then just like the artistic look of all the zones. You can take that all in. So check out this video if you haven't already. It's a nice one. Shadow Moon Lumber has returned to the Warlords of Draenor zones. That's right. If you've been running around trying to get the achievement to be able to chop wood while riding bareback, you'll be able to do that again, at least with the Shadow Moon Lumber. So you have to run around and get that achievement by chopping 200 pieces of wood in every single zone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it allows you to be mounted while chopping wood once you get this achievement. People weren't able to do the Shadow Moon Lumber out in WoD. For some reason, it was broken. Well, it's been fixed once again, so you can go out and chop your wood out in the Warlord zone. So congratulations to you on that one. The Lunar Festival has returned. It is now live, which means you can do all of your Lunar Festival things. Now, why would you be doing that? There's some transmog that's available here that was previously only trading post. It's all a purple recolor of it. So instead of spending your trader's tender, you can spend coins of ancestry on these things. So here we have the ornate violet Lunar Festival attire. It's actually a nice looking transmog. It's got some good pieces in it, especially if you're a monk, maybe even a druid. Some really cool stuff here. The red crescents kind of remind me of some nightmarish shit. So cool stuff. Get this transmog if you want it. You can also get this little explosive backpack here with the fireworks, a nice one. Offhand here, nice little lantern that you can hold. And then some cool-looking dragon-inspired weapons. And then a firework boy here. So what do you do with the Lunar Festival if it's new to you? You can go around and honor the elders. That's right. That's what this festival's all about. That's the main activity, really. You fly around. You talk to these different elders. They'll give you coins. There's a bunch of them all around. There's a map right here that indicates where all these elders are. You'll collect these little festival coins from them. Get a bunch of stuff, and enjoy the festival for what it is. It's really like kind of explore the old zones once again. There's a Kalimdor map here, Eastern Kingdoms. These elders are all over the world, so flying around, getting them. There's a bunch of achievements to be had, too, a bunch of quests you could do. So it's a fun little event, maybe. If you don't got anything else going on in WoW right now, you can go ahead and do this stuff and get some of these cool items for some coins. We honor you. Yes, Oni. You all honor me with your presence in this degenerate Twitch chat. Thank you. Players are picking up these professions. I mean, would I be a WoW player if I'm not tier listing everything in this fucking game? So here we go, a quick tier list of the best professions to pick up in Midnight. That's right, the money makers and everything else. So here you go. S tier, real quick. We got jewel crafting, inscription, mining, herbalism, and skinning. No surprise there, mining, herbalism, and skinning. I mean, always, you're gathering professions, starving expansion, really good to have. You put shit on the auction house, make a ton of money. A tier, engineering, a lot of utility there. B tier, we got enchanting, alchemy, and tailoring. Then C tier, we have fishing and blacksmithing. Fishing, honestly, has always been to me just a fun, casual thing to do. It's never been something that you really do to make money. And then D tier, you got cooking and leatherworking. I feel like Blizzard's kind of abandoned cooking in this game. So that makes sense why it would be D tier. Again, your main ones that you're going to want to pick up to start the expansion to make a lot of gold: mining, herbalism, and skinning. Always the gathering professions are the way to go early in an expansion. 10 days until midnight early access. Can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait either. Should be a good one. Okay, moving on. Players are outraged. Players are outraged. You know, not everybody's at the same level as Samiccus in this game, where he killed Kaiveza months ago on double question mark difficulty. But I understand that. As a man of the people, I feel with the people, and I would argue for the people here. They need this achievement unlocked once again. It looks like killing solo Kaiveza. You know, Blizzard kind of rug pulled this one. You can't get this achievement anymore. It just gives you a feat of strength for killing her at this point. And yet, you could still kill her with a group of people and get the achievement. So it's just the solo version of this that was taken away, and it was kind of taken away without warning. So people are upset about it. They said they weren't warned that this achievement was going to go away. They want to do solo Kaiveza runs right now, but they can't because, well, the achievement isn't worth getting anymore because it's not where you can't get it. So people have been saying on the forums they want this shit back. Whether or not Blizzard listens or not, we'll see. But yes, there is an uproar right now. Just know, so if we see a blue post anytime in the coming days that the Kaiveza achievement is available once again, you'll know why it happened. But for now, it's just voices on the forums. We'll see if it ends up happening or not. And finally, is there hype for Midnight? Let's break down the numbers, guys. We got the final kind of breakdown of the Mythic Plus numbers, and I'm going to show you a statistic here at the very end that'll tell you whether or not there's actually hype for this expansion going forward. So first of all, let's break down some of these numbers here. We see the blue line is your War Within Season 3, and we've seen an uptick, actually. This is when pre-patch kind of kicked off, right? With the number of participation here, the amount of participation in Mythic Plus. So this is looking good. Other seasons ended sooner than this. This is a bit more of a dragged-out season. The only thing we can really compare it to is Dragonflight Season 2 here as we get into Week 25 and beyond. So it looks good. If you remember looking back at some of these seasons here, Season 3 of Dragonflight, amazing. We're approaching some of those numbers as that season. Still one of my fondest seasons I've had. If you missed Season 3 of Dragonflight, honestly, you missed a chef's kiss of seasons. That was a great one. But the numbers are looking better. There's been an uptick, right? But this is not the stat that I'm telling you really shows that there's hype for Midnight here. But this is a good stat nonetheless to see kind of an uprise, as typically at the end of a season like this, it's really heading down into the gutters. Besides that, we also see some of the completed runs here, uptick in that as well, right? More people participating in Mythic Plus, more people getting into it here, maybe testing some classes, new specs, things like that. So this little uptick as pre-patch happened, unusual. We typically don't see this in pre-patch. Maybe people get in and will usually, dabble in the pre-patch event and then sign out until the expansion goes live. This uptick in Mythic Plus runs is actually pretty good here, seeing it at the end of an expansion. I'm going to have to kill the Midnight Season 1 Dell boss as there is a mount. Yes, there is a mount. That's right. Samiccus, a Dragonflight baby? No, I'm a vanilla baby. I've been playing this game since '05, but it was good. Dragonflight, I think, is a unsung hero. It had some good moments in it for sure. Storytelling was meh. But total runs overall, we can really crown, honestly, at this point, Operation Floodgate is the king of this season. The most run dungeon, the highest completion rate. It was clearly the one that people felt like was the easiest to run this season, and that's why people gravitated to it. So Operation Floodgate finishes as your overall leader. Dome Eldani, if you remember, was the early leader in this season. That was one people really liked. I personally, it's my favorite. I like Dome Eldani a lot, and that was your second place winner here. Halls of Atonement, Tazavesh, Streets Gambit was in fourth place here. Prior of the Sacred Flame, Arakara, Tazavesh, Streets of Wonder here, and then Dawnbreaker was in the last place here. Honestly, remove Operation Floodgate, it's a pretty even breakdown here overall, so there wasn't really anything too crazy. If you guys remember in previous seasons, Shadowlands had some wild ones where really Mists of Tyrannocythe was like 90% of the runs or something. So this is a pretty even breakdown here. Looks good. Overall, I think the dungeon difficulty was pretty well balanced this season. Nothing too crazy out there, although I did have some that I just really hated. Moving on to the splits, right? Number of keys people are doing most often. We see plus 10s and plus 12s, obviously, for reasons related to the vault and everything else. People are running those the most. That's how it's been all along. Besides that, we also see the top key run, a plus 25. That's right, plus 25 completed. That's been the highest key run and completion. So that's really where it ends out. Not too different from previous seasons. We've seen these numbers before. And then here we go. This is the number that I really want you guys to focus on in terms of whether or not there's actually hype for this expansion. This is the returning players and new characters running Mythic Plus breakdown here. So we see here that when these numbers are going down, it means, you're not getting a lot of new players coming to the game or people reactivating their subs or making new characters to run with. And when these numbers are going up, it indicates the opposite, that there's a lot of people coming to this game that weren't previously playing during the season. So we see here a major uptick. Now, these previous waves of upticks, what this is Legion Remix. You see Legion Remix coming in, people's tunes flooding into the game, running Mythic Plus with those. Those are all considered to be new tunes as they transferred over from Legion Remix into the retail version of the game. So we've seen big waves, obviously, when that happened. But right now, for this part of the expansion, we are actually seeing the biggest influx of new players and new characters into the game since Legion Remix, and actually since the beginning of this expansion. So these numbers are looking pretty good. This uptick between 2 and 3 right now, as I said before, the biggest of the entire season, taking out Legion Remix, and the biggest of the expansion, taking out, obviously, the very beginning, where it's 100% of new runs of new characters, because everybody's new to the expansion. So these numbers are looking really good. Overall, this probably is attributed to, you know, people making new characters for the expansion. That's normal, but this is actually higher than usual. Right? At the end of an expansion, typically, you'll see people make new characters, maybe to see what they're going to play in the coming expansion. This is higher than that. Also, we're probably seeing people playing with their UI a little bit, right? Getting into what that's going to look like, so getting a new feel for it, as well as all the class changes that happen. So people running this shit with maybe new tunes to see what a new class feels like after the changes that went into effect. Blame the new class. There is also a new spec in the game, true, sir, so you can also attribute some of it to that, and the fact that people probably made the new Devour Demon Hunter and wanted to run runs with that. But overall, these numbers are looking really good. People are hyped for the expansion for the most part, despite what some YouTube comments and forums might say about midnight hype. I think there is some hype around it. I do feel like there are people playing the game. Now, is there a lot to do in the game for somebody who's played this entire expansion so far? No, I'll be honest, I don't feel like there's freaking anything to do in this game right now. The pre-patch event was kind of a dud. I'm not going to lie. The flying around, killing the bosses, I would have liked maybe some void invasions, some really cool stuff happening in old zones that would have taken us back to some really cool stuff. But overall, the expansion seems to be ending, you know, with an uptick of players, which is good. That's what you want to see as you head into an expansion. People holding strong, people making new characters, and people continuing their subs or activating a new sub. So we head in. We got a week. A little bit over a week left before midnight launches. These numbers are looking good. We'll see what everything ends up looking like as we actually head into midnight. But for today, the hype is real, and that is all in terms of news.